Hey, Janine, Big
Hi,
Brother Spoilers from
Josh.
Instagram here. I was genuinely saddened to see you leave last night. How are you feeling this morning?
I feel great. I just feel so blessed to have had the opportunity to play this game that I love so much.
So we know that you're a super fan of the game. How much does it suck to be the first one to go?
I mean, you never wanted to be in that position. I never thought I would be in that position, but here I am. But again, I'm just so grateful I got to play this incredible game. Um, it's just Anthony made me the target. It's week one. No one wants to rock the boat, right? No one wants to go against, especially an all-star who really knows this game. So that's how my cookie crumbled, as I say.
How was your overall experience on the show? Did the reality of being in the house meet your expectations as a fan?
Oh, it was beyond. Again, every day I'd have pinch me moments where I was like, I'm in the Big Brother Canada house. I am living this dream. Getting to know everybody. Like I feel like one day in that house is the equivalent of 1 week because there's no distractions. I can't go on a phone. I don't know what time it is. So you really just get to know people. And it was such a cool experience. Just forget about the outside world and just like hyper focus on life in the Big Brother Canada house.
What was the most enjoyable aspect of living in the house and playing the game?
I love just using the art of conversation to talk to people. I've worked in customer service as a makeup artist and hairstylist for over 25 years. So I really know how to talk to people and how to read people. And I use that to my advantage in the game as much as I could. Obviously, I didn't have a lot of opportunity to change people's minds, but I could read people and know where they stood with me. It was very telling when I try to have a conversation with people and their eyes were darting in all different directions and they'd try and run out of the room and not even give an opportunity for me to talk. I knew that they didn't even want to be associated with me in the house.
You had a chance to save yourself in the POV competition. You came so close to winning. Just how close was it between you and Dennis for the win?
I haven't watched it yet. I know that I was so close. I was the first to start my checks. And at first, I think I had a good strategy for my checks. So I would go back in the tunnel and I would check row by row. And I think I got to about the second row. And then once I started hearing Dennis checking, I started to panic. So I got to the point where I was just switching tiles to switch tiles of what I thought I was maybe wrong. And if I just took a little bit more time and continued down the rows, I would have figured out what I actually had wrong. So I did start to panic at the end.
So we do a word association here to get to know your fellow housemates better. I'll say someone's name, and you say the first word, a couple words that pops into your head. So we'll start with
Okay.
Avery. We'll start with Avery.
Mm, smart.
Bailey,
Two-faced.
Dennis,
Dennis, I would say intelligent.
Donna,
Funny. She's the funniest house guest by far.
Elijah,
Oh, heart of gold.
Kayla,
Mm, boring. I'm so sorry for saying that. Boring. Boring.
Lexus,
Uh, what's the opposite of like you can't read somebody? Like just blank slate. Like I could not read her. I didn't know what was going on behind her eyes. Yeah.
Matthew,
Um, green. I think he's very green. I don't think he's going to go far in the game. He doesn't know enough about it.
Todd,
Oh, Todd. Todd. Observer. He's very much an observer player. He likes to step back and kind of more watch than talk.
Tola,
Ego.
Vivek,
Ray of sunshine.
Victoria,
Messy.
and we'll finish off with Anthony.
Smooth.
So speaking of Victoria, she admitted to you she snitched on the Girls Alliance and Anthony. Why did you not tell anyone in the house about this?
For me, I'm all about the females. I went in with that mentality. I knew I wanted to work with the ladies in my everyday life. Being a makeup artist, I work predominantly with women, and I just hate when I see women pitted against one another. And I thought for once I walked into a house and I saw all these beautiful, powerful women. I thought maybe this could be the season where we could prove to the world that we can work with one another. And once Spicy told me that, I was like, you know what, I know I'm leaving this house. I could blow up her game, but that would go against what I want for the females in the house. I want to set them up for success, so one of them take the win. So I decided not to. And I feel like if a woman wins, I feel like I was a little part of that. So that's why I didn't blow up her game.
Do you think this was your biggest mistake? And if not, what was your biggest mistake?
No, I don't think that's my biggest mistake. I think my biggest mistake, and I like to say that I have no regrets, but if I were to do things differently, I would have chosen to be on Anthony's entourage as a real cover up to the All Girls Alliance. Because then people would be like, well, you're an All Girls Alliance. I could say, well, no, I'm clearly with Anthony. I wouldn't have picked Anthony. I would have gone with Spicy's entourage if I wanted to work with the girls.
Why do you think the house decided to evict you over Avery?
They didn't have an option. It's week one. Anthony is such a force, and he's an all-star. He's played this game before. They're going to listen to him. And he said, bam, J9's my target. Take her out. They were all like, phew, phew, phew. The target's not me. Cool, cool, cool. I'll let that happen for you, Anthony. I'll do whatever you say.
And if you'd stayed in the house of one HOH, who would you have targeted?
I would have targeted Tola. He is, again, he's a lot of ego. He thinks he's the best of the best. But I do have to say, it was a very humbling moment for him when we did Down the Rabbit Hole, because he did not have a strategy. He realized he did not have that in the bag, so much so that he didn't want Canada to see how bad he did, that at the end, he took some of the tiles and filled up his board to make it look like he was further along in the puzzle when he wasn't.
We didn't see a lot of your connections in the house. You were in the Big Sisters Alliance, but inside of that alliance, which women were you closest with and which of the men were you close with?
For the men, I was closest with Vivek. I talked about how he was my house husband. Turns out he is an engineer and my husband is an engineer. So I found that commonality, and I felt comforted with him. He was my ray of sunshine. He had a beautiful smile, and I really enjoyed my time with Vivek. Out of the women, that changed daily, because again, I started seeing people's true colors. There was a moment during the Down the Rabbit Hole, well, Bailey was hosting, that I was doing one of my checks and I looked over and she was like shaking her head because she thought I had it. And I was like, you're my bed buddy. I've been sleeping with you every night. I've been talking game with you and you don't even want me to win. So that changed. By the end, I felt the most connected, and being told honest information was from Donna.
And last question, who do you want to win and who do you think will win?
I would love to see Donna take it for the win. I think she's playing a very great game. She's got the flirty flirt with the boys, and she knows this game actually really well, and she could take it all the way to the end. So I'd love to see Donna. I'd love to see Avery as well. I made a final 2 with Avery on day 2. I now know that was all not real, but I would love to see her win because I think she's also very smart and young and has the drive to take it all the way.
All right, Gina, I know you have a lot of interviews to get to today, so thanks for making time to chat with me.
Yes, thank you so much, Josh. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you.